I'd press my back against the manhole and push with my legs to dislodge the cover a second time, but I finally managed to get out. I was so relieved that I just laid on the cold concrete for a moment. The beads of cold sweat running down my cheek and between my thighs felt really good. If not for that manhole, I wouldn't have been able to escape. But Miss Senagawa said I didn't have to go to homeroom. I quickly turned the knob and directed the water at the ink in the bottom of the pool. Just like she said, the water is soluble and get washed away easily when I sprayed it. When I went back to the locker room and started to change. Oh, good, I guess they stole that. I didn't have any underwear to put on at all. Oh my god, can you not put 2 to 2 together? Who would do that? I don't know. Akasaka and Kitame? Well, partially. Or maybe those thugs from before. Hey! Now you're thinking. Really? Well, fine. I still had my PE uniform in my locker, so I could just wear the bloomer bottoms instead of my panties. It's not that far from here. That should be no problem, right? Should probably bring extra pairs here. It felt uncomfortable and breezy without any panties. As long as my skirt didn't get flipped up, no one would see. I was just starting to feel like things were going to work out, but then this. Oh my god. No way, it should definitely be here. But no matter where I looked in that cramped locker, I couldn't find either part of my PE uniform. That's strange, I usually have an extra and even... Just leave. I didn't have any time to go back and put my swimsuit on underneath either. Yeah, dude. Fuck it, just say you're cleaning. And there's something else that was really strange. I had a sewing kit in my locker before. I usually keep a portable sewing kit around just in case, but I couldn't see it anywhere. I hate to think that someone would do that with my PE uniform, but it's just bizarre that someone would steal a sewing kit. Don't think about it too much. What? How can you not? It's not like worrying about it was going to make it any better. Doing nothing's not going to make it better either. My spirits were low, so I trudged back to the changing room. I grabbed the swimsuit I had left behind. Who cares? Be late. I had to run to class. Nah, fuck that. I held my skirt down as I ran.
Even if
the teacher read a famous section of Hojoki, I did enjoy the unpleasant sensation of my privates resting on bare wood. Oh, thank God, Takuji didn't just have a face full of just wood. He at least got a little bit extra there. At first it was cold, but it was slowly warmed up by my body heat. It stopped feeling so unpleasant after that. It's kind of embarrassing to admit that I got used to it. Yeah, you, go.
確か手塚をさ。
お前、ギャグで言ってるのか？作品名は北条記で、作者は鴨の長明。鎌倉時代に書かれた随筆の名作で、世の無常を歌った自伝的人生論だ。
At first I was nervous, but the class was perfectly normal. It was so boring that for a while I forgot I wasn't wearing any underwear. Okay, it's not like anyone can see when I'm sitting normally. This must be another one of Akasaka's pranks. I wanted to figure out for sure who did this, but at the same time I didn't want to go near either of them after what happened last night. I'm really scared of them. Hello? I felt a cold sensation on my leg, and I heard an unpleasant sound from below. I heard someone giggling when I started to turn. Kojima, another quieter girl in my class, thought, though not as quiet as me, sits behind me. When I turned my head, I noticed Kojima sitting in a different seat than usual. So then the person behind me cutting my skirt with scissors was... I suddenly remembered that the seat Kojima was sitting in was Akasaka's seat. I heard her muffled giggles as a strange cold sensation made its way up my leg. How long are her arms? She was cutting my skirt with scissors and then pulling the two sides apart so people could see. I can't believe someone would do that. They made you do coke out in public. What? How is this worse than that? Oh my god. They're gonna have you raped after you were high on coke. It's not that far of a conclusion to jump to that. I guess I ended up making them mad last night. I did everything they asked, so why are they doing this? I can't tell her to stop. I can't yell her out either. If I make a scene, I'll look like the pervert. No. And I don't know what they do to me later if I fight back. I can just let it happen then. Kojima should go back to her normal seat in the next class. I just had to endure it until then. If you have a skirt by then. I know that fighting back will just make it worse. That's what my past experiences with her have taught me. So I just let Akasaka do what she wanted and tried to minimize the damage. Then after class, I can go to my locker and get my sewing kit. Oh, wait. They stole my sewing kit ahead of time so they could embarrass me like this. She laughed like she could tell exactly what I was thinking. She's ridiculing me. Oh, no shit. When the first period ended, I rotated my skirt 120 degrees so that the cut was over my left thigh. I used my left hand to hold the cut closed so the people around me couldn't see. I wish I had a safety pin or hairpin today. I had no luck at all. I have no luck at all. I thought they always had like 8 of those on standby. Then that bitch Akasaka went back to her seat, where Kojima had been sitting before. Wow. You call her a bitch now, but after she made you snort cocaine, no, that's not when she's a bitch. It's now that she's a bitch. What? The priorities here. I view yesterday as worse than this. You could have been actually raped yesterday. This is just having your skirt cut. I'm sorry, but I view it yesterday as worse than right this second. I was so frustrated and depressed that I couldn't pay attention to class. And the reason they stole my PE uniform was so I couldn't change out of this. These people are the worst. Snip, snip. I felt my skirt being pulled again, and the same ruthless sound as scissors reached my ears. Please stop, please. I looked at Akasaka, who I thought must have been doing it again. And I saw Kojima sitting in yet another seat that wasn't hers, and I was struck speechless. It was Kitami's seat. Why are you next to both of them? Instead of going back to Akasaka's seat, she went to Kitami's seat instead. Then...
Yosh. いい出来だ。まるで出来損ないのチャイナドレス。
I turned my skirt again so that both slits were covered by my thighs and my crotch was still covered. Then I held both of the cuts closed and I put my head down on my desk. I didn't even know what class this was anymore, and I don't really care. Anyway, once we get to lunch, I can hide the cuts and go to the teacher's lounge. I should be able to borrow a sewing kit or something to fix my clothes. They probably won't ask what happened. They're all convinced there's no bullying in this school. That's because no one's saying there is. Miss Senegawa doesn't want to dig her own grave. Yeah, guess what you could do? Tell her that there's a bunch of bullying and maybe she'll do something about it. Well, of course, oh no, they don't want to do anything about it. The scissors started cutting again. There was no way I could turn my skirt without the cut showing.
それでは高島さん、174ページの3行目から訳して。高島さん、ちゃんと聞いてますか？
Can I go to the nurse's room? Actually, that would have probably done it. I feel sick. Can I go to the nurse? The teacher suddenly called on me. I wasn't ready for it at all, so it was like I had just been had a bucket of cold water dumped on me.
サムは沼地へ行こうとする客人たちを呼び止めて。
高島さん、ちゃんと立って訳してください。
If I stood, everyone looked at me. There was no way my skirt would protect my modesty.
どうしました？立って話せない理由でもあるのですか？
You feel sick. Get out of here. He raised his voice and gave me a harsh look. There's nothing I can do. I have to stand up.
続けます。サムは沼地へ行こうとする客人たちを呼び止めて。お客様方、あそこには獰猛で大きなワニがおります。悪いことは申しません。興味本位で近づくべきではありませんよと親切に注意したのですが、都会育ちで野生の恐ろしさを知らぬ客人たちは。ねえ、ちょっとあれ。
おいおい、マジかよ。
どういう趣味？常識を疑うわ。
Just as I expected, everyone started whispering to each other the second I stood up. I felt like crying. But I couldn't cry now. Not here. I continued translating, holding back my tears.
サムを見下して笑いました。俺たちは銃を持っている。この世界に怖いものなどあるものかと。愚かな人々よ。そんなピストルが役に立つのは、せいぜい水辺のガチョウくらいでしょうに。
はい、そこまで。よくできましたね。ダックとグースを混同しなかったのはさすがです。
Thanks. I collapsed back into my seat, burying my face in my notes and trying not to listen to all the whispering around me.
くそ、もう少し長く訳させろよ。
So they all saw. They must have saw that I cut these slits into my skirt, and they must have thought I cut these slits into my skirt myself. Yeah, totally. Who would do something dumb like that? That's why they'd assume you do it, right?
ちょっとみんな、
Because it's so
ざわざわとう
stupid.
るさいですよ。
I guess the teacher couldn't see. I can be happy about that at least. It's still way too breezy. I can't wait for lunch. I'll hold my skirt down and run to the teacher's lounge once this period's over. That's my only choice.
それでは今日はここまで。
That was quick. I quickly got up and left. I was worried about where the boys were looking, but all I could do was hold down my skirt.
ちょっと待てよ。
Nope, don't care. When I got into the hallway, someone grabbed my hand from behind and stopped me. Akasaka and Kitami were standing there smiling. They knew I would run. They chased me the second they saw me get up.
さ、高島、昨日は本当にごめんな。
I'm sure
あれやり
that's
す
what
ぎ
you
た
think.
なって思っててさ。
どういうこと？
とりあえず教室に戻ろうよ。な、高島。
Can I just get this taken care of instead?
おい、あのビデオ、あんたの顔映ってんだからな。ネ
Blackmail.
ットで流したらどうなるか。悪いようにしないからさ。とりあえずこっち来いよ。
Doubt?
なんかさ、高島ってクラシックバレエ習ってたじゃない？
あ、はい。
I reluctantly answered her question. I'm like a frog cornered by a snake.
ネグがさ、ダンスやってるんだけど、わからないことがあるって。
Can I get an example?
そうなんだよ。ダンスの基本は DVD でマスターしたんだけどさ。
What kind of DVD?
やっぱ私も伝統的な技術を見直すべき時が来たと思ったんだ。
はあ。
そこでクラシックバレエ経験者である高島の出番ですよ。 クラシックバレエといえば白鳥のように華麗なスピンでしょ。なんていうかこうくるりっとね。
ああ、はいはい、あれは美しいよね。
If I did a spin with the tattered skirt, everyone would obviously be able to see. That's why they were so eager to have me demonstrate.
いいよね、高島。
そんなことできません。
何言ってるの？友達だろ私ら。
How are we friends? These people are scum.
はあ。んじゃああのビデオネットで流してもいいんだね。
ここで恥ずかしい思いをしても一緒じゃないけど、ネットで広がった映像は永遠に消えないって話だぜ。
いけ
何その反抗的な態度。別に私らはネットで流してもいいんだよ。
それは。
めんどくさいから流したら、写メなら簡単にあげられるだろ。
You downloaded it to your phone?
いいね。出会い系とかに貼るか。
ごめんなさい。やります。
Why
そう
couldn't you just put it on a porn
別
site
に
or
私ら
whatever?
無理強いとかしたくないし、あんたがやりたくないなら別にいいけど。
They're the worst, but I didn't have the will to fight back anymore.
いいえ。やりたいんです。やらせてください。
そう？まあ高島がそこまで言うなら仕方がないかな。ねえさとこ。
ちょっと待ってね、すぐ場所を開けるからさ。よいしょよいしょ。
They had me trapped, and I still couldn't get to the teacher's lounge. It was lunchtime and Katami started moving desks to make space for me to dance. All the students around me knew what had happened to my skirt. People laughing, people averting their eyes. It looked like most of the boys in the class were interested, but I guess they didn't want to be associated with bullying. They just stood to the side and watched it unfold.
主にターンの技を見せてよね。くるくる回るやつだよ。
はい。わかっています。
これでいいかな、高島。
はい。十分だと思います。
おいおい、なんか乗り気じゃねえな。私らが無理強いさせてるみたいで気分悪いぞ。
いいえ。そうではありません。
んじゃあ自分でやりたくて踊るってみんなに言えよ。
The worst, she's the absolute worst.
自分でやりたくてやります。
なんだよ、そんなんじゃ聞こえねえよ。ちゃんと言えよ。高島ザクロはこれからバレエを踊ります。皆さんしっかり見てくださいって。
Despair. Endless despair, that's all I can say. The bullying last time was awful, but it wasn't like this. That video is the reason. If I had completely refused the video, they would have just bullied me with violence and rejection like before. I would have preferred that rather than having it end up like this. You should have. Didn't you should have? Okay. But now that they had the video, there's nothing I could do. You shouldn't have. Whatever. I inhaled deeply, desperately.
高島ザクロはこれからバレエを踊ります。
No, thank you.
皆さんしっかり見てください。
The classroom was utterly silent. Everyone was completely focused on me. No one came to save me. Oh, that's right. What happened to Kimika? She didn't get hurt since I cooperated, right? If she didn't get hurt, then why didn't she come to school today? The answer's simple. Everything's useless. All my suffering is just to gain something to amuse them. I give up. A worm.
それじゃあ高島、一つ警戒に頼むわ。
はい。それでは基本的なターンを。
I pretended I was alone in the room in a world of white as I took position to do an on doors. There are a lot of movements in ballet, then each one has its own specific name, but I've forgotten all the trivia, and they probably don't care to hear it either. I moved my other leg like an axle, and then opened my arms wide and held my balance. Finally, I curved my leg like a flamingo and spun.
いかがでしょうか。
Terrible.
いや、回り続けてくんないとわかんないよ。
I started crying. I just wanted to run away. But I couldn't even do that. I had to do what they say. I had no courage left. That's why it ended up like this. If I had a bit of courage, just a little bit of
早く
courage.
しろよ。
Yeah.
おお。
Had the video not
ちょっ
taken
と
place,
予想以
this
上なんですけどこ
would
れ。
have been avoided.
だら、高島をなめんなよ。
I didn't have my ballet shoes, so I couldn't spin as quickly, but they made me spin as well as I could.
アンドゥトラアンドゥトラ
I spun as she yelled out the numbers, occasionally making small adjustments to hold my posture. Both my eyes were peeled open, but that was just to help me keep my balance. My legs were open, but they didn't see anything. I didn't want to look at anything, so I didn't.
アンドゥトラアンドゥトラ
すげえバカ。
There were several quiet, giggling voices mixed in with Kitami's jubilant orders. Of course, they were watching. My skirt was torn wide open for everyone to see.
アンドゥトラアンドゥトラ
And without any underwear underneath, I was completely exposed.
おい、あれってもろじゃね？気持ちはわかるけどさ、女子のいじめは陰湿だから見ない方がいいぞ。
そうそう、俺らも共犯にされるからな。さっさと飯食って外行こうぜ。
One of the boys who was enjoying the show was quickly hushed by his peers. I never expected anyone to stop this farce for my sake anyway. That's because everyone in this universe apparently is just okay with this
アンドゥトラ
and doesn't want to
こ
do
こでストッ
anything.
プ
Katami suddenly stopped the rhythm and ordered me to stop. I had to lift my leg all way into the air to stop myself from tumbling from the momentum. I froze in my position with my leg in the air, and the entire gallery of onlookers burst into laughter. Yeah, it's really funny. It's actually probably the funniest thing I've ever had, seen, or heard in my life.
いやー、実に美しいね。
Oh yeah.
ほんと感動もんだぜ
How about you do it? Then Akasaki and Katami crouched down and came over to me, looking directly at my exposed genitals. I managed to endure it before, but when they did that, my face instantly flushed dark red. Yeah, you cunt. I've heard that people can be crueler to their own gender. The girls looked at me and laughed openly, but the boys tried to act like they weren't looking, even though they all wanted to see. I don't want to see. I'm glad I don't. Fuck off. Fuck off with that they all wanted to see. Come on. Don't act like you're that impressive. Not that it really made much of a difference at that point. And also, no, it's just, I don't want this. This is awful.
はいもう足を下ろしていいよ
Oh, I can? Thank you.
これで
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
not done
Of
this
course. Big help. Big helps.
ああ、もうバッチリ。ありがとな、高島。
やっぱ本物はすげえなマジで尊敬するぜ
そうですか。
Uh,
それは良かったです。
Is it done? Hey, it's done. Once the humiliating dance was over, I took cellophane tape out of my desk and taped my skirt. Then I left behind and hid in a stall in the bathroom. Wait, why didn't you just do that beforehand? You didn't have to even rotate your skirt. You could have just put tape on there. Yeah, it looks tacky as shit, but it does the job so you don't actually have to hold it down. Man, what the... I wanted to hide until school was over, but I was afraid that would just make Akasaka and Kitami mad. They don't give a fuck now, it's over. Maybe I just don't care what they do to me anymore. Shut the fuck up. When I dragged myself back into the classroom, everyone started giggling as if on cue. What? I expected some of them to react since they saw that spectacle, but I didn't expect them to act like this. I couldn't tell what they were thinking. They just looked at me and then at the blackboard, then back at me. When I looked at the blackboard, I instantly understood. I jumped in and grabbed a white cloth on top of the blackboard. Then I shoved the white scrap, my panties into my pocket and then grabbed the eraser. On the blackboard in big letters, "Buy my panties, they're still warm." What, did you put them on? Not you, but like Megu or Kitami. That's what it said. How is it funny? You saw who did it. How is it funny? Whatever, fuck it. I endured the ridicule as I marched back to my seat, my head down so I didn't have to look at anyone in the eye. Then completely fed up with that. If you want to look, then go ahead and look. I put my panties back on. What's this? Would someone actually do that? My thoughts were calm, but I can't believe that a human could be so cruel. What a roundabout, annoying, perverse way of bullying someone. The crotch of my panties had been cut out with scissors. Why would you assume they were normal? I mean, they already cut your skirt open and made you lift your legs and shit in front of everyone, so why wouldn't you just assume that? If anything, I'm surprised they even gave it back in the first place. I ground my teeth and murmured the curse to myself. Then I put my panties on regardless of the hole. Nothing. When the familiar feeling of compression on my lower body returned, a middle-aged teacher came into the classroom and heard the girls laughing. Totally.
なんでもありません。授業を始めてください。
時間がもったいないから早く授業をお願いします。
何？お前らがそんなこと言うなんて。今日は祝日だったのか？それなら家に帰らなくちゃならんが、みんな来てるもんな。ははは
は。先生、それつまんない。
ああ、それではお望みの授業を始めよう。教科書の85ページを。
What are they? What is this place? What is that man standing and laughing? Or are all these people who are sitting and laughing at me? Okay, you can't blame the dude who just literally walked in who has no idea what the hell's going on. You cannot blame him. Where am I? The people in this classroom can't be human. That's one thing I'm sure of. Like, yeah, if he was actually, like, in here when it was happening, saw it happening, it's like, okay, yeah. But if he literally has no idea what's happening, of course you're not gonna just assume. You didn't know what was going on when you walked in the classroom, everyone was laughing. So why would he? Whatever. Oh my god, can this day just fucking end already? Fuck this. Stop it. I ground my teeth and watched the students file out of the classroom. They all left in an instant. Those cockroaches. Why couldn't they all just die? The long, difficult day was nearly over. Nothing good had happened since this morning. During afternoon classes, I just kept my head down and prayed for time to pass quickly. I planned out a different path I could use to walk home over and over in my head as well. The usual road would be too dangerous. I had to be careful I don't run across any of them in the future either. In a way, the classroom is a safe zone. I need to run home now. Oh my god.
高島のスカート破けてるじゃん。
Oh my god, I didn't notice.